Good noon, everyone. Let's start with our Nifty Bank Nifty commentary. Now, we are seeing a sharp fall off of Nifty and Bank Nifty both. And we had already mentioned in the global market commentary, which came over the weekend. You can basically check the eye icon at the top for that commentary. Now, one thing which we see on the hourly chart, it has gone into a steep fall. So that's number one. And the same kind of steep fall was observed over here. So we can say, okay, fine. There has been a sharp correction, no doubt about it. And on top of that, we can say after a steep correction, normally a bounce is expected. Now, whether it will recover all to the fullest, which has never happened. Here also we can see it went all the way to the top. And then again, we say all the way on the downside, it came into a very important support zone. So we see the same kind of selling, which is basically a brutal selling all the way happening the same fashion over here as well. So it's coming back to its important support zone. So that's nice. And we can see some bit of revival happening. And if not, it can come towards the lower zone of 17,300 to 400 zone will now become a very good support zone. So we can say, okay, fine. We can look out now for buy trades into this important support zones of Nifty. And same thing is also applicable on Bank Nifty as well. So one thing is very clear, 17,400, 17,300, these will be a good reversal points for Nifty. If we see in the smaller time frame, we can see a sharp fall today, then it did not go even above yesterday's close, red dotted line, selling pressure, again selling pressure all the way down. Now, these kind of sell-off, whenever it happens, it becomes very risky to take buy trades. But one general thumb rule for these kind of sell-off, and if you want to take a buy trade, I will highly suggest that always wait for this kind of structure to form. Kind of W fashion, can say double bottom kind of formation to be formed, because whenever it is trying to rise, try to understand, whenever he's trying to rise, fall off takes place. Whenever again he's trying to rise, again the fall off will take place. So that's very, very important. W formation, otherwise do not take the trade. Another point over here on 15-minute, the red candle which has been formed, it will become a important zone of resistance. So obviously we can see even the resistance is there over here because of the red dotted line and everything, but still the first level of resistance is basically the nearest red candle which is there, which is over here. So it comes down, it is trying to bounce. If it doesn't go above this, you cannot take buy trade. It will go again down over here, comes back again, he tries to go over here, then you can start looking for buy trade only above 17,000, more or less we can say 520. So 17,520. Now it can happen like it can go up right here right away. I would not suggest you to go and take a buy trade, because what will happen, I'll tell you. Even if it goes up over here, it will get rejected from this area. So be prepared that yes, the kind of rejection will come through. Okay. And whenever the rejection comes through and then it forms a W, any kind of W fashion, and if it forms obviously above this red zone, then you can basically take a buy trade. So this is very important whenever a deep or sharp falls take place. Do not go for first round of recovery, because the sell-off is so strong that it will bring you down. Right. So we have got good important support zone around 300, 400 zone, 17,300 to 400. It's a bigger zone, but sometimes you can basically see formation taking place along with the option data. You can go for the trade. So as of now, structure has not been formed yet. We'll wait and watch for 17,500 zone or 520 zone. And let's try to now check on smaller time frame, the option data as well. And is option data suggesting us something unique or important or different or not? And if yes, then we can have some more inputs coming from option data. So let's quickly check that. Or out of the money, 25th November. Let me try again. Here we go. So if you see, there is no support at the bottom, even at 17,300, 400, but obviously a lot of resistance at 17,500. So this is very, very important. Well, whenever there is a downtrend, there will be a lot of resistance at the top, 600, 700, that's fine. But if you try to see at 500, this is like 55,000 people are there, and try to understand this 17,500 is also an important zone which we have marked over here, 17,500. So a lot of selling pressure is there, and once it kinds of conquers 17,500, I can see a good recovery coming in the second half. But try to always focus on the formation which I've told you, the W formation, which is uniquely important, and try to see the chart whenever there are big falls, because see the volatility. Try to see things on 15-minute chart, not on 5-minute or 3-minute. So that is also very, very important, when to switch to 15-minute time frame, 5-minute and 3-minute. So 15 and 5-minute is what you need to check. Try to see whether the breakout is happening or not, and also try to see if afternoon the Dow Jones and the other markets are also positive, then yes, you can look for a buy trade in Nifty. Now let's quickly watch the same for Bank Nifty. The first idea would be to see things on the hourly chart, whether Bank Nifty is also in the important support zone. There has been 1 fall, 2 fall, 3 fall, and if you see there is no stopping, but yes, some point which is very, very important, this is the zone where a lot of support is already there for Bank Nifty as well. So this is a good point. Bank Nifty is already in the support zone, so that's very, very good over here. And now we will try to basically observe after the good support zone whether reversal can come through or not. So let's see on the smaller time frame that 15-minute is kind of suggesting that yes, there has been a fall after the red dots, then again there has been a fall after the red dots, and then again you can see it's not going above the red candle, and this is the big red candle which has come through. So same like which we have seen for Nifty, the same thing is there for Bank Nifty also, right? This zone will be very, very important and crucial for us, which is like 37,200 or so, 37,300, sorry. So this will be unique to observe. It is into the support zone, that is also nice, and we have to wait for 37,300 zone. Now the question comes over here for 37,300. If you see on smaller time frame too, there has been a big dark red line, red bar, and we can clearly understand he's trying to go up. See over here, unable to go above red bar, and sharp selling comes through. Again, he's trying to come up over here. There will be selling which will come through, right? So one thing is very sure, that even on Nifty and on Bank Nifty, the trend is there of downtrend, completely trying to come back. Now he's tried to basically see the trend is kind of taken out, where you can see some reversal. But I can tell you again, if you see this on 15-minute, our zone, which is very, very important, this entire zone is very, very important, 17,270 to 330 kind of zone, or at least 37,300 kind of zone, where one round of selling will again come. And if that round of selling comes, and still if you see a push, if it comes and then still we see push on the upside, then we are interested to take the trade above this. Now we had a good OI pointer for Nifty. Let's also check whether huge amount of OI built up is there in the case of Bank Nifty also, and that can basically give us a huge advantage if the 37,300 kind of zone is showing a very good zone of OI or not. So let's see, 25th November OTM 37,500 is showing a lot of OI. So obviously 500 is a kind of option level which is very far, but if you want to see at 300, 400, it is there but not very, very dominant. So that is also nice. It can go towards 37,500 on the upper side, so that is good. Let's see in the last 2 hours, we can clearly see 300. There has been some built up at 300, and if it is sustaining about 200 is also good. So 200 will inch towards 300, again come back to 200, and then it can go zoom towards 37,500. So good upside is there for Bank Nifty. That's very nice. 37,200, 37,300, lot of OI is there in last 1 hour. So that's good. Same what we saw on Nifty, we can now see on Bank Nifty as well, which is kind of performing. So let's see whether it will continue the same W pattern and then start going up. But right now, do not go in and touch the trade for sharp recoveries. So generally, sometimes it does happen V-shaped recovery, but these are very dangerous trades to take. It's always better in the second part when you get a shorter stop loss. Right now, if you take a trade, the stop loss will be day low, which is way too high. And it's better to wait out for some kind of retracement. Then you take a trade for an upside of almost 37,500. So this zone is quite possible today itself to be achieved as the global market recovers, or there is no big downside. I personally feel that upside can come through very, very fast. So that's for Nifty and Bank Nifty. Again, we can check what's happening on Nifty because there has been recovery on Bank Nifty. But here we can again see that the zone is still intact. So 17,500 zone, which is very, very important, and red bar is there. So we are in no hurry to take the trade. We know that reversal will come. So we are nowhere near to rush. we are very clear, okay, fine, let him go up. Again, some kind of bounce effect will come through right over here. So not in a very hurry to take the trade. But yes, it's a good sign. If you see right at the bottom, reversal comes in, tries to come down. Okay, here it's not going down and trying to go back up. So this is a good sign where you see retracement and the price is going up. And again, over here, we see some downside and again price going up. That will tell you double time, triple time. He's trying to basically form a good zone over here at the bottom, which is around 17,475. So like 25 point stop loss, taking a trade will be very good risk reward kind of trade that I would like to take. So that's the idea over here. W fashion at 5 minute or 15 minute will give you a very nice trade to go for on the long side. As the OI data also suggests, a lot of OI is there, so a lot of unwinding can happen once the zone has been taken out. Sharp recovery of 200 points is quite possible. So thank you very much for joining in. See you again tomorrow. Thank you.